Last evening, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri told Citizen Television that there would be no importation of maize, as the window within which it was to happen had lapsed. Now, barely 24 hours later, Kiunjuri appears to have changed tune, saying the country will import maize, but from neighboring countries under the COMESA umbrella, not just Mexico. Let's get more from our very own Stephen Little.
A letter from the Strategic Food Reserve Oversight Board Chairman Noah Kesa, addressed to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, became the subject of discussion during a session between Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri and the National Assembly's Agriculture Committee. The letter has it that the Ministry of Agriculture withdrew 1.8 billion shillings from the Strategic Food Reserve towards the end of June. Kiunjuri defending the payments, terming them as pending bills that the President had ordered cleared by close of the just concluded financial year.
So if commodity fund has been paid 1.8 billion, the way they have been paid, that should be answered by the accounting officers. If there are irregularities, it is the SFR to raise. That is true. They should raise it.
The Ministry of Agriculture owes Commodity House 3.6 billion shillings and has already been paid 1.8 billion shillings. In addition, the Kiunjuri-led ministry owed a trader going by the name Dolphins 61 million shillings, while a firm known as ETG is owed 488 million shillings. Millers, on the other hand, want to be paid 2.6 billion shillings, but Kiunjuri says they will be paid in the next financial year's allocation. The ministry moving to dilute the panic in the country over the maize importation confusion. Kiunjuri saying time had lapsed. Today, though, it came with a rider from Mexico.
And therefore, position is very clear. There is no way now we can bring maize from Mexico. If we bring maize from Mexico, it will either hurt the traders or hurt the farmers.
Kiunjuri said there were ongoing talks between Kenya and Ethiopia, as well as other COMESA countries, for maize imports to help protect Kenyans from skyrocketing maize meal prices.
We want to negotiate with Ethiopia, another COMESA region, to see whether we can be able to bring as much as possible. If there are some waivers required for COMESA, can be done, so that the inflows, we can increase the inflows as much as we can.
Is it really making sense that a whole ministry can just wake up and say, let's stop going to Mexico, let's now look whether you can get from Ethiopia or other COMESA region?
Is the deficit still there? Yes, there is still deficit. It is about supply, demand and supply.
The production of maize in the country put at 40 million bags annually, with a consumption of 4 million bags per month. The Cabinet Secretary is warning the country about the high cost of maize flour, which is between 120 and 124 shillings per 2 kilogram packet in the shelves. Kiunjuri admitting that the country is facing a deficit, with maize from Tanzania and Uganda still insufficient.
In that common man in Kibera, Mukuru kwa Jenga, we start adjusting. How do they adjust? They ensure now, instead of taking 2 kgs of unga a day, they will take 1 kg. Or they will abandon 1 meal. And that is the truth of the matter, unless we live in another country.
With Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri moving to clear his name in Parliament over the maize importation saga, the ghost of a controversial payment of 1.8 billion shillings as pending bills hangs on his shoulders, with the DCI and EACC now moving in to probe the matter. Stephen Little, Citizen TV, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.